What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Wonder Woman issue 798. This is a tie-in to Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods. As we continue on with part 5 of this story, most recently we have seen the war breaking out between the mortals and the gods. Wonder Woman and her forces standing against the gods themselves. And while things may seem a little bit dire, they have found an unlikely ally. Ares, the god of war. He has joined forces with Wonder Woman, and Ares himself being a one-man army. Where he goes, an army is already there. As the tides of this battle begin to turn, can Wonder Woman, Ares, and all her companions fight against the gods themselves? Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we pick up with this issue, we are picking up in Washington DC. We are on the battlefield and Ares has exposed himself as the god of war. Previous to this, he was hiding in the shadows, wearing a cloak but helping our heroes along the way. We didn't understand who this stranger was or what purpose he was serving. But now we see that he has been aiding Wonder Woman and all of her companions. Now for Ares, the only side that he ever really takes is his own. But in this conflict, he is standing to lose everything that he has built. For if mankind places their fears in the gods on high, they just might stop having war with one another. Ares believes that after Hera is defeated, humanity will return to their desperation and greed. War will be a certainty. This is where he thrives. And so while Ares may be selfish, he may be cruel, he may be uncaring, he has always been forthright. At least for now, he will stand with them. And while many are opposed to the idea of the god of war siding with them because of who he is, they have no other choice in this fight. As all the heroes gather, they prepare for what is about to come. Descending down from the heavens, we have Hera and her gods that follow behind her. She has come to put a stop to Wonder Woman once and for all. Wonder Woman coming to understand that Hera has always wanted her head on a pike. This is what you have truly desired. And so she offers a 1v1. One-on-one if you dare. And while the other gods, they do caution her, Ares seems to be siding with her. They don't know if this is a trick or a trap. But Hera doesn't care. This is a reckoning that has been long overdue. Both of them agreeing. We see the two goddesses go at one another, with Wonder Woman giving the first blow. But Hera, she throws it right back at her. These two titans are just absolutely decimating one another, destroying everything that may be in their path. The daughter of Cronus and the daughter of Zeus. Their battle reverberating through this entire city. But it does look like Hera is getting the upper hand. With Hera just beating the living crap out of Wonder Woman, we see her fall down to the ground. Currently unconscious, laying out on the ground, this is where Mary Marvel comes over to her. Right now, they need Wonder Woman more than anybody else. If anybody is worthy of this power, it is Wonder Woman. And so Mary Marvel, she gives her power over to Wonder Woman, touching her on the forehead and yelling Shazam. We see Wonder Woman ascend to godhood. Mary Marvel in disbelief that she was even capable of doing such a thing. Ares seems to be the only one that finds this fascinating. None of them thought this was possible, and yet here it is. Hera seeing this as deception. They were supposed to have a one-on-one fight, and Mary Marvel broke that. Now this fight will continue on until one of them have died. As Hera comes in with all her force, it looks like Steve may very well be taken out of the equation. But this is when the goddess of love comes to him. She didn't plan on intervening, but the devotion as strong as his is rare. She will not allow him to die on this battlefield today. But also telling Steve that his love for her may be immortal, but Steve Trevor is not. Diana is now a god. She has slipped beyond the veil and forever out of Steve's reach, as he finds himself back on the battlefield completely unscathed. Wonder Woman takes to the sky, glowing so bright that you can't see anything but the light that shines. Hera gives the command to kill them all. as our heroes scatter, many of them lacking any kind of powers. They run for their lives. But when they look up to the sky, they see Wonder Woman. That lightning bolt now on her chest. Divinity has come to her. She has now become a full-on goddess. As Ares welcomes her to divinity, they have always seen the world from opposing angles. But this side of her, this is something that Ares could get used to. That is when Hera goes after Wonder Woman. Using lightning from her fingertips, she does everything she can to bring down the new goddess. With Hera vowing that she is going to send Wonder Woman down to Hades. We see the lightning crack in Wonder Woman's eyes. And now the real fight is about to begin. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. All in all, this story isn't bad. I love Greek mythology. I love when we play around with the gods. Some of my favorite storytelling of all time. But the only real problem that I have seen so far is the inconsistency in the writing. In one comic, they say that she has already become a god, Wonder Woman. They say that she was already a god. In the next comic, she's not a god yet. Now, again, in this comic, she is a god. Like, they can't get together and decide, hey guys, we're just gonna make her a god from the beginning. Instead, we're flip-flopping back and forth. She is a god, she isn't a god, now she's a god, now she's got Shazam's powers. Like, this stuff is just all over the place. But if we ignore that fact, if we ignore that mistake, it's definitely not a bad story. Wonder Woman is, I think, best highlighted when she's going against the gods. And now having the power of Mary Marvel. This is about to get very interesting. And it's also nice to see that not all the gods are here siding with Hera. That many of them, they stay true to what it is they are. Whether it be the god of war or the god of love. Not everybody sees Hera's run for power. Her need to put fear into the minds of the mortals. Not everybody sees this as a good thing. And this is pretty true to how Greek mythology is as a whole. Now, this is all going to be concluded in Lazarus Planet Revenge of the God issue number 4. But I do want to note that they added a little bit of a tidbit in here. Quoting Homer's The Odyssey, it says, "Fear too, the wrath of heaven, lest the gods should be displeased and turn upon you." And I think that is an absolutely fantastic quote to throw in there. First of all, I absolutely adore The Odyssey. It is one of my favorite pieces of literature. And that quote in itself, it really describes the gods of old. It describes Greek mythology as a whole. How they thought, how they operated. You know, these days, we don't really believe in Greek mythology. There's Christianity, there's Islam, there's Buddhism, there's Satanism, there's, 3,000 different religions. But the main ones never focus on the gods being like us. Religions today say that the gods are above us, that we couldn't understand them, that we could never even contemplate the thoughts of God itself. And I think that's one reason I love Greek mythology so well, is because the gods of Greek mythology, they sit on Olympus. These gods are a reflection of us, or we are a reflection of them, however you want to look at it. That these gods, they have envy, they have love, they have sorrow, they have sadness. They have anger, they have war, they have jealousy, all of the emotions that a mortal might have. The gods are not separate from this. They are not separate from consciousness, from right and wrong. That the gods are fallible, that they're not perfect, that the Greek gods were there to teach us, to help a early civilization truly learn how to be virtuous, how to be kind, how to be good, showing us the things that we should not do. One of my biggest takeaways is if the gods themselves have these issues, whether it be jealousy or anger or envy, they feel all of these emotions, and their stories are there to help us learn. Not to be taken as historical fact, but just simply stories to help you be a better person, to help you understand right from wrong, good from evil, but also displaying that there are some gray areas. That not everything can be so black and white all the time. And I think these Wonder Woman comics have been highlighting the best part of what Greek mythology is supposed to be telling people. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this event. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.